The people we love never really die, or move away, or leave, because they stay inside, like reshaping dough, or a ghost, or God, I don't even know, but they are there in your burning and your yoky soul. They're there in the things we liked and took and never returned, like albums or shoelaces or ways to pace a conversation, and in us. We speak like them in little ways. The words we use sound like them sometimes. Sometimes I move or bite my cheek or wink in a small egg of a way that he left in me. Sometimes I dance with other men as if he's watching and proud that I'm loving again. Or yell like he'd be proud of my use of curse words when he would say that my empathy was my greatest fault. I shape my tongue and shake off the salt in the same way that he told me to stick it out in the face of tragedy. His ghost hands are manipulating my mouth and I'm happily recalling for myself the shape of his belief in me. Tongue out, eyes like factories, stomach ready to take on anything. I tell myself that I am fearless and yet I remember the loss in my mouth. Like an alphabet rope to choke on that a magician keeps pulling out of me, like a cord crucifying me to these parts that were not there before him. It is as bitter as sweet. It is as holy as hardening to have part of your identity bred out of the memory of somebody else. But I do not know if I resent it. Because even at times that we can no longer connect, we will always be connected. And at times that I want to forget, my movements are an encyclopedia of ways that I've been dented by his touch. But at times that I want to remember, my movements are memorabilia of the days that I was bending for just as much. Parts of me are missing, and parts of me are wishing, and parts of me are missing, and parts of me are wishing for more love space. But I see my skeleton like a vigil. I light it at night and day in a religious remembrance of the old and soft, the lost ordinary, loved and lost brightly into the new mundane, a mixed bag of missing through the murkiness of missing. I steal his Netflix recommendations and his punchlines and the way he made grilled cheese. I take how she taught me to drink British tea and that can lessen any tragedy. I quote books that he told me to read, and in this way, I breathe out a new stasis in the void's place. In this way, I believe people can move through me even if they had to walk away. In this way, I believe I can take what I need without having to stay in the grief of it all. The people we loved left us with new tones of voice to use, bones to burn, candlelit statues. We can use the ashes that come out of their abdomens, but we cannot choose whether or not we were affected. But we can choose what we make out of this fire. So what will you make out of the fire? What will you make out of the fire?